Well, Fast Track Leaders, this video is for you. And as I've said in the other videos, first of all, I want to keep this short for the sake of your own time. But I really want to hold in tension, as I've said during our trainings, the tension between serving with excellence and being okay with failure. And so to let those two motivate and propel us week in and week out as we serve. So thank you. Be a great year. And I'm excited for this change that we're making and your involvement in that. So as you serve with Fast Track, you will be serving with both our Sparks and our TNT students. And so Sparks will be in room 111, and that will take place during the 7:10 to 7:35 time slot. And then with the TNT, you'll just move down the hall to room 126 during the last time slot of the evening from 7:35 to 8. And I just want to call your attention to a couple of things in case you've not served either with Awana or in this capacity of listening to verses in the past, just so you're ready and equipped and ready to go for this school year. One of the things that Fast Track is designed to do is minimize some of the frustration that we've experienced with kids that are not really eager or desiring to learn and memorize 120 verses. So it really is geared toward those students who are taking the time at home, really eating up God's Word, memorizing it, trying to grapple with what does this mean, and are showing up ready to recite verses. And so I really want to focus on that. So if students are showing up, kids are showing up to recite verses and they don't know them, we want to push them back to small group time so that they're able to engage and get the content from large and small group time, and maybe have a conversation with that small group leader and just say, hey, man, 3 weeks in a row, Billy showed up and he's just not ready. And we can make sure that small group leaders know that, so that kids are not just looking for ways to get out of small group, but really maximizing the time that's involved with Fast Track. And so I would say no more than 3 helps. If a kid shows up and is stumbling through this and you find 4, 5, 6 times you're having to emphasize or help them or kind of teach them on the spot, that's really what we want to avoid with Fast Track. One, we don't want to create a bottleneck for other kids that are ready to go, but two, again, really trying to emphasize the priority of kids learning these, memorizing these at home so that they show up ready to go with Fast Track. So let me walk through the Sparks. Nothing much is changing with this. We're just taking it out of the hands of the small group leader and putting it into your lap. So when a child shows up ready to recite, anything that's on that page or that section, they can do as many as they want, and you would just initial there, as well as mark their achievement card. So they'll bring their achievement card, you can mark that. They will carry both of those back to their small group with them. So onto the TNT book. So they will bring their small group discussion guide with them. And so if you've not had a chance to see this or look at this, it's a beautiful book laid out very, very well. One of the things for you to know is when they come to you, they can complete this book in any order they want. They can start at the end and work forward. They can hop around. I would simply say that whatever they come in to recite to you on a page, they do everything on that page. So I've been using section 3.4 as an example in other videos, so I'll just keep that going here. So you can see the memory verse here as indicated by the heart is 1 Corinthians 15, 19, and 20. So they'll recite that. Again, no more than 3 helps. If they get that done, just initial right there in that box, and that will indicate to the small group leader that that's been done. If they show up some weeks and these are already filled out by small group leaders, that's okay. But so again, on this is also a review verse. And sometimes there'll be 1, 2, 3. Sometimes there's an entire page of verses. And so again, I would say, just for sake of simplicity and continuity, that when a child shows up to say, I'm ready to do this page, they do any verses that are on that page. And so with the TNT, the 2 that you'll focus on are red and green. Red is the memory verse for that section, and green is any review verses that they have from weeks past. And again, that will just serve our small group leaders well, and that way they're not running in trying to do something and get it signed, and then we try to figure out what's been done and what's not. It'll just serve our small group leaders and our kids better when everything's consistent. So anything on that page is done. They will not be bringing their achievement card with them, primarily because that entire section, which includes those verses, has to be completed before they can move on to the next section. And so the small group leader will be responsible for filling that out. And so again, they will hop all around this book, so don't be surprised if you're signing verses and listening to verses in section 1, section 2, section 5, and so on. I guess there isn't 5 sections, but anyways, they'll be all over this book. And so have fun with them. It's a great way for you to engage them, shepherd them, love them as well. Be overly encouraging. This is a huge thing that takes a ton of time, ton of energy, and more than just the to memorize verses for the sake of memorizing verses or Awana dollars or awards or those kinds of things. I would encourage you to plead with God, to beg God to store these verses in kids' lives, as Psalm 119 says, that I might not sin against you. That it's not just memory work for the sake of memory work, or that we're going to have this quiz at the pearly gates one day. This is for our own growth and holiness, our own sanctification. I would encourage you, as you hear these verses, to allow God to work in your own heart, your own life, to store these verses in your life as well. So thanks for serving. If you have any questions as you watch this video, or over the next couple of months, or this year as you're serving in Awana, please know that I want to serve and equip you and serve alongside of you. So if you have anything that you need from me, from us, please do not hesitate to ever let me know. We want to do whatever it takes to make sure that you're fully equipped for the work of ministry, as Paul writes in Ephesians 4. So please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you for serving. It's going to be a great year, and I'm excited to serve alongside of you. Keep going.